I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dev Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the special district association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us. The number is 970-677-4119. And if you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Tuesday program for March 3rd, 2020, DCTV Daily News. The Durango Herald updates on the Gold King mine spill with a file photo. As the 5-year anniversary of the Gold King mine spill nears, the New Mexico Environment Department is holding feedback sessions with Navajo farmers to ease worries surrounding any lingering effects of the spill on crops and irrigation. The state's Environment Department will hold a listening session from 2 to 8 p.m. on Thursday at the Shiprock Chapter House to hear the concerns of farmers on the Navajo Nation. In August of 2015, if you will recall, a spill from the Gold King mine located near Silverton released about 3 million gallons of heavy metal-laden wastewater into a tributary of the Animas River, which eventually flows into the San Juan River and provides water to the Navajo Nation. The water traveled through 215 miles of the northern portion of the reservation. Contractors with the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, who were investigating small leaks on the site, triggered the release when equipment broke into a collapsed tunnel, releasing arsenic, lead, and copper into the headwaters of the Animas River. The EPA released its, quote, biological response report in 2018, which found the spill had no lasting impact or consequences, backing up earlier reports from other organizations. But there is a lingering stigma in some areas against using the water from the Animas or San Juan rivers to irrigate crops, that according to the New Mexico Environment Department. Its listening session on Thursday is part of a larger effort to acknowledge concerns while providing information about the completed crop and water testing. Another study conducted by the EPA in 2019 found the Superfund site near Silverton did not pose a, quote, serious risk to human health, end quote. The Bonita Peak Mining District, a group of 48 mining sites near the headwaters of the Animas River, was designated as a Superfund site a year after the Gold King mine spill. According to the New Mexico Environment Department, Dennis McQuillan, a chief scientist for the department, will be on hand for the listening session. McQuillan has previously said the farming industry was still hurting in 2019. Quote, I've talked to farmers who said their sales are down 25% from before the spill because people say they won't buy food grown on the San Juan. But our agricultural products are safe. The fish are safe to eat, the river is safe for irrigation, he told the Albuquerque Journal. The water infrastructure improvements for the nation has previously provided federal money to the Navajo Nation to test fish in the spill area and to continue addressing the stigma around the river water, despite meeting state irrigation safety standards a year after the spill. And the Journal reports that the U.S. Forest Service is seeking public input about the proposed Rico Trails Project draft environmental assessment on the Dolores Ranger District of the San Juan National Forest. The proposed project consists of new motorized and non-motorized trails and existing trail reroutes on the U.S. Forest Service land near the town of Rico in Dolores County. A new 3.4-mile single-track motorized trail would connect Stoner and Taylor mesas. In conjunction with New Spring Creek Trail construction, 1.9 miles of motorized single-track and 9.7 miles of non-motorized trail would be decommissioned. 2 new non-motorized trails, the Rio Grande Southern 4.4 miles and Circle Trail 2.6 miles, connect existing trails and provide loop opportunities. The existing Ryman Creek Trail would be realigned to provide a sustainable and accessible trail. The 30-day comment period began on February 25th. You can supply electronic comments by going online to their website, which is www.fs.usda.gov. And or for more information, you can contact Tom Rice directly at 882-6843 or email him at thomas.b.rice@usda.gov. Recently, the town of Dolores held an open OHV discussion to talk with folks from Silverton about how things are going for their town, which has a lot of OHV use up there, and trail systems. Dolores County commissioners have also started to readdress the opportunities for OHV and trail destination development in connection with the southeastern part of the county here near Dove Creek. If you're interested in seeing something develop in that arena, please contact the Dove Creek Chamber of Commerce, who has been working on a Trails Alliance for 4 years to spearhead this project. They can be reached at 970-560-2856. Participation is the key. And the San Juan Record News out of Monticello, Utah reported that Energy Fuels, the owner of the White Mesa Mill and mining properties in San Juan County, is hopeful that a new proposal in the federal budget may be a lifeline to the struggling uranium industry. The budget proposal submitted by President Trump includes $150 million for the creation of a uranium reserve. While this is just the first step in the long budget process, it does represent a significant step in the right direction for the struggling domestic producers of uranium. It is estimated that more than 90% of the uranium used in the United States comes from foreign sources, including Kazakhstan, Russia, and China. Domestic producers, such as Energy Fuels, state that the foreign products are being dumped on the U.S. market. They say these actions threaten the domestic producers of an item of critical strategic importance to our country. President Trump apparently agrees, submitting a budget proposal that would establish a reserve that, quote, provides assurance of availability of uranium in the event of a market disruption. According to a Reuters article by Timothy Gardner, Energy Secretary Dan Brulette told reporters in a teleconference that the budget represents a push by Trump to challenge the global expansion of nuclear power development by Chinese and Russian companies. Trump, quote, has decided that we're going to meet them anywhere that they go around the world, and this is the very first step that we will take to put the United States back into this competitive game, Brulette said. Mark Chalmers, CEO of Energy Fuels, said establishing a reserve would, quote, preserve our strategic capacity to produce uranium for national security purposes. The Trump administration had studied the issue in depth, and it was anticipated that a recommendation for a reserve of some type would be included in the new budget. Energy Fuels is one of the largest private employers in San Juan County, Utah. The company recently laid off approximately 1/3 of its local workforce, including workers in its mines and at the White Mesa Mill. The Dolores County Board of County Commissioners meeting on March 2nd discussed the potential economic impact for bringing back uranium mining, which was one of the core reasons the county did so well back in the 1950s. And now, let's take a look at the local weather headed into the weekend. Today, sunny with a high near 50 degrees, but it was breezy out there with an east-northeast wind at 15 to 20 miles an hour, becoming south later in the morning. Tonight, we're looking for clear skies and a low around 27 degrees, and those north-northeast winds continue to keep it feeling colder at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Then into Wednesday, looking for sunshine with a high near 52 degrees. East-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour become west-southwest by the afternoon. Then Wednesday night, clear and a low around 28 degrees. And then it starts to really warm up. For Thursday, sunny with a high near 56 degrees. Northeast winds light around 5 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest in the afternoon. Thursday night, we're looking for mostly clear skies and a low just to 32 degrees. And even warmer for Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 57 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy and a low around 36. And the weekend is looking like a wonderful start on Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 56 degrees. Then Saturday night, a slight chance of rain comes in before 2 a.m. and a chance for rain and snow depending on the temperatures. No accumulation is expected, but mostly cloudy skies overnight and a low around 37. And then that will continue into Sunday with a chance for rain and snow. However, mostly sunny again with the high pulling back a bit colder, but still not bad for early spring, near 49 degrees on Sunday during the day. And Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low around 30. And now back to our news. Plastic bags in Durango, from the Herald with file photo. Confident that the politics of environmental protection have strengthened since voters in 2013 soundly overturned a 10-cent fee for single-use plastic bags, Durango City Councilors Monday agreed to revisit this issue. Councilors directed staff members to come up with 3 options in an effort to reduce the use of single-use plastic bags in Durango. Draft language for an ordinance that would reduce the use of single-use plastic bags through a fee of between 5 cents and 20 cents per bag, or perhaps an outright ban on the bags. Draft language for a measure that would also create an ordinance to minimize the use of single-use plastic bags that the council itself would seek to put on the ballot for voter approval in the municipal election coming up April of 2021. Draft language for a measure that would also create an ordinance to minimize the use of single-use plastic bags that the residents in support of it would work to get on the April 21 ballot. Deciding which route to follow in a second effort to reduce plastic bag use in Durango would likely become clearer during an April 7th work session this spring. But already support on the council is apparent for taking another whack at reducing plastic bag use. Quote, "If we put it to a vote, I think the public would receive it positively," Councillor Dean Brookie said. "If the naysayers are still out there, let them come out for the election. Let's figure out the details of the wording and put it on the ballot next April," he said. Mayor Melissa Youssef said she was ready to go straight towards adoption of an ordinance that would not require a year-long wait before taking action. City Council is re-examining the issue after scores of residents descended on City Hall in November of 2019 to submit a petition signed by more than 1,200 residents asking the council to pass an ordinance to ban single-use plastic bags. Dozens of residents cheered and waved reusable grocery bags at the November meeting, urging councilors to take action. In 2013, after the City Council voted to put a 10-cent fee on each plastic bag used in stores of 25,000 square feet or more, residents challenged the ordinance in a special election, and the ordinance was overturned with 56% voting to kill it and only 44% offering support for it. Youssef said staff should look not only at wording that would reduce the use of single-use plastic bags, but would also require a high percentage of recycled paper to be used in any paper bags that might replace them. She also suggested the city hold community sessions to gauge the public's pulse on the right path to follow in discouraging, perhaps even banning, single-use plastic bags. Councillor Barbara Noseworthy suggested any money collected in fees from plastic bags be dedicated to support nonprofit environmental groups. That, she said, would eliminate the perception that the city would be benefiting financially from any fee imposed on the use of plastic bags. And on a side note, yes, paper bags with recyclable content are a sustainable, renewable resource. Maybe even locally produced ones could be developed given all of this resurgence on utilizing the local timber. One needs to follow the money on how we ended up with these plastic bags in the first place. From the Journal, the Galloping Goose 50th anniversary is coming up with a courtesy photo. Dolores' historic Galloping Goose number 5 is scheduled for several excursions on the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad in March, April, May, and July of this year. On March 14th, 21st, and 28th, and on April 4th, the Goose will run from Durango to Cascade Canyon. That's a 52-mile round trip. Every passenger gets the opportunity to ride up front with the motorman. Highlights include Durango, historic Rockwood, and Tacoma and Cascade Canyon. The cost is $99 per person. Then on May 1st, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Goose will be part of the DNS&G Narrow Gauge Day. There will be 3 round-trip runs from Durango to Event Park, which is a 10-mile trip. The family event features hot dogs, music, museum tours, and characters dressed up in period clothing from the Old West. That cost is $30 per person. On May 15th and 16th, the Goose will run from Durango to Silverton and back. That's a 90-mile round trip. The High Country Adventure Tour travels into the heart of the San Juan Mountains. Passengers may disembark for lunch and sightseeing in Silverton. Other highlights include Rockwood, Cascade Canyon, Needleton, and Elk Park, and historic Silverton, of course. On July 18th through the 26th, you can take a trip to Shama, New Mexico for the 2020 Galloping Goose Reunion. Galloping geese from around the country will ride the rails between Shama and Antonito, Colorado. The event is part of the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad's 50th anniversary celebration. From the 1930s to 1952, the Galloping Geese, 7 now restored motorized railroad cars, carried passengers, mail, and freight on the Rio Grande Southern Railroad, which extended 160 miles between Ridgway, Dolores, Mancos, and Durango. Number 5 is stationed in Dolores at the museum. And today's High Canyon Country happenings. First, a note that, by the way, on Monday afternoon in Dove Creek here, if you heard or felt an explosion, that occurred at Thompson Trucking, with some damages, but ultimately it was not a threat to the community or neighbors, and no one was injured. That was the report from the Sheriff's Office on Monday afternoon. March 7th, the Alec Tabor Memorial Wrestling Tournament starts at 9 a.m. This is an AAU-sanctioned tournament with the Four Corners Wrestling Association. There will be 12 teams from the Four Corners area attending this tournament. If you'd like more information, you can contact C. Husky CHUSKEY at dc2j.org, and this will be held in Dove Creek. On the same day, Saturday the 7th, there's also the Blanding Brawl starting at 9 a.m. This is also an AAU-sanctioned tournament with the Four Corners Wrestling Association. There will be 12 teams from the Four Corners area attending that tournament. And if you'd like more information about the one in Blanding, contact Lehigh at blandingpride@gmail.com. Looks like the state line might be busy this Saturday, though with the weather so nice, I imagine many of us will be taking some of the first spring trips out to the back country where the ground has dried up. And it's March, so after Super Tuesday today, the next, quote, event, of course, is St. Patrick's Day, which falls on a Tuesday this year. So in advance of this, the folks up in Natarita at Walk-In Liquor are hosting a Drink Your Greens tasting. That runs from 4 to 7 p.m. Begin preparing for St. Patrick's Day early by coming to Walk-In Liquor's March Drink Your Greens tasting, where you may sample the new Jameson Cold Brew, Jameson IPA Edition, and a special Midori cocktail, which is green. Attend and receive 5% off anything green in the store, and also there'll be discounts on featured drinks for the evening, and that's again 4 to 7 p.m. on this Friday, March 6th. And I post up all of these High Canyon country happenings. They're on our Facebook page, which is still DCTV News at Noon, where you can also watch the program replays along with the news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there with us and join in on the conversation. Again, this is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us by email. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call and leave a message if we're not here at 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel or DCTV News at Noon Facebook. If you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your family and friends. The new release is in the evening now at 6 p.m., followed by a replay at 8 p.m., and then again the following day at 9 a.m. and noon. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Thank you for watching.